Today we are going to address a topic that will undoubtedly be of great interest to you: how to detoxify the mind and stop overthinking everything. Sounds incredible, doesn't it? Sometimes our minds can feel like an incessant whirlwind of thoughts, worries, and doubts that prevent us from living in the present moment. But don't worry, because today I bring you 20 simple strategies, based on Stoicism, that will help you clear your mind and find inner peace. Imagine this: you are lying down, ready to sleep, but your mind keeps spinning, full of thoughts about work, family, unmet goals, and the future. This keeps us awake. It happens to all of us, but it doesn't have to be that way. The Stoics, with their ancient wisdom, teach us that we can train our minds to be calmer and more focused. How? That's exactly what we're going to discover today. Each of these 20 strategies is based on Stoic philosophy and was created to help us live more serenely and balanced. We will explore each one in detail, explaining not only how to apply them in our daily lives, but also why they work and how they can transform our way of thinking. Additionally, to give a special touch, I will accompany each strategy with a quote from a Stoic philosopher to inspire us and help us better understand the concept. Don't miss any lesson, as one of them could be the key to illuminating the dark pit you may be sinking into. Shall we begin? First strategy: use positive affirmations. Let's start with a strategy that is often underestimated but can have a significant impact: positive affirmations. Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, said, "Most of our happiness depends on our disposition, not our circumstances." Positive affirmations are statements we repeat to ourselves to cultivate a more positive and strengthened mindset. But why is this important? Our thoughts have a profound impact on how we perceive reality. If we are constantly telling ourselves negative things, we will tend to see the world in a negative way. However, if we change our internal dialogue, our perspective can change drastically. Imagine you wake up in the morning and the first thought that comes to your mind is, "Today is going to be a difficult day." This thought will likely influence how your day unfolds. Now imagine telling yourself, "Today I have the opportunity to achieve amazing things." This thought can motivate you and bring a much more positive attitude. Positive affirmations work because they help us reprogram our minds, focusing on what we want to achieve instead of what we fear. This reduces anxiety and rumination, keeping our minds focused on constructive and encouraging thoughts. To start using them, identify areas where you feel insecure or negative, and then create affirmations that confront these thoughts. For example, if you worry about not being good enough at work, you can tell yourself, "I am capable and trust my abilities." Repeat these affirmations daily, especially in moments of doubt or stress. Ready to try positive affirmations? Choose an affirmation that you can start using today. Second strategy: simplify your life. Now let's talk about something that may seem obvious but is often forgotten: simplifying our lives. Seneca said, "It is the mind that makes good or ill, that makes us happy or unhappy, rich or poor." In our modern world, we are surrounded by complexity. We have many things, many tasks, and many worries, which overload our minds. Simplifying life means reducing excess in all its forms: material objects, social commitments, and even unnecessary thoughts. Think about your home. How many things do you have that you really don't need? Each additional object represents a mental burden. The same goes for our daily activities. Sometimes we take on so many responsibilities that we end up overwhelmed. By simplifying, we create more space in our lives and minds. Why is this effective? Because each thing we eliminate reduces the number of worries and decisions we need to make. Fewer things mean less clutter to manage and more energy to focus on what really matters. Start by cleaning your environment and eliminating what you don't need or what doesn't bring you joy. Then, review your commitments and see what you can simplify or delegate. Finally, try to simplify your thoughts by practicing mindfulness and focusing on the present. Third strategy: limit the information you consume. This next strategy can be a bit challenging in the digital age, but it is crucial. Limit the amount of information we consume. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." And our thoughts are often influenced by the information we receive. We live in a world saturated with information: news, social media, emails, messages. Everything competes for our attention. This can result in information overload, making our minds feel bombarded and stressed. Limiting the amount of information we consume helps reduce this mental noise. How to do this? Start by being more selective with the sources of information you choose. Opt only for those that truly add value and avoid those that generate stress or anxiety. It is also important to set time limits for the use of electronic devices. For example, you might decide to check the news only once a day or limit the time spent on social media. This is effective because, by reducing the amount of information we consume, we give our minds a necessary rest. This allows us to better process the information that really matters, creating more mental space for creativity and deep thinking. Fourth strategy: develop a regular exercise routine. Now let's talk about something that benefits both the mind and the body: regular exercise. Seneca said, "The mind anxious about the future is unhappy." Exercise is an excellent way to reduce this anxiety and clear the mind. In addition to improving our physical health, exercise has a significant impact on mental health. When we exercise, the body releases endorphins, chemicals that promote well-being and relieve stress. Additionally, regular exercise helps focus on movement and breathing, pushing worries away. Imagine going for a morning run. You feel the fresh air on your face, hear the rhythm of your feet against the ground, and your mind begins to empty of worries. This is an example of how exercise can be a powerful form of mindfulness while taking care of the body. Why does this work? Because exercise not only improves physical condition, but also helps deal with stress and anxiety effectively. Moreover, it provides us with a sense of accomplishment and well-being that can improve our overall attitude towards life. So, are you ready to include more exercise in your routine? Fifth strategy: meditate daily. Now let's talk about a practice that may seem simple but has a profound impact: daily meditation. Meditation is a powerful tool to calm the mind and reduce excessive thoughts. It involves setting aside time each day to sit in silence, focus on your breath, and observe your thoughts without judging them. By doing this, we train the mind to be more present and less reactive. Imagine finding a quiet place, sitting comfortably, closing your eyes, breathing deeply, and focusing on the air entering and leaving your lungs. If your mind starts to wander, simply bring it back to the breath, without judgment. Why does this work? Meditation allows us to observe our thoughts without clinging to them, creating a mental space that helps us see things more clearly and with less emotion. Over time, this reduces the number of oppressive thoughts and helps us develop a more centered mind. Sixth strategy: establish clear boundaries. Now, let's talk about something essential for mental peace: establishing clear boundaries. Epictetus reminds us that no one can harm you without your consent. This also applies to our ability to set boundaries. Setting boundaries means being clear about what we are willing to accept and what we are not. This includes boundaries related to our time, energy, and relationships. When we don't set boundaries, we can feel overwhelmed and resentful because we end up giving in to others' demands. Imagine you are at work, and your boss asks you to stay late for the third time that week. Setting a boundary might mean saying, "I understand this is important, but I also need to rest and recharge. Today, I can't stay late." Why does this work? When we establish clear boundaries, we protect our energy and time. This allows us to focus on what really matters and reduces stress and anxiety. Additionally, it helps to have healthier relationships, as people begin to understand and respect our needs. Think about an area of your life where you could benefit from setting clearer boundaries. Seventh strategy: surround yourself with positive people. Finally, let's talk about something that can have a big impact on our minds: the people we surround ourselves with. Seneca said, "The most powerful person is the one who is master of themselves." Part of being master of oneself is wisely choosing our company. The people we spend time with can directly influence our mindset. If we are surrounded by negative people, we are likely to absorb that negativity. Conversely, when we surround ourselves with positive and supportive people, our perspective tends to be more optimistic and encouraging. Imagine you have a friend who always finds the positive side of situations, who supports and motivates you. Spending time with this person inspires you and makes you feel better about yourself. On the other hand, if you have a friend who constantly complains and focuses on the negative, this can drain your energy and affect your well-being. This happens because emotions and attitudes are contagious. When we are in a positive environment, we feel happier and less stressed. This doesn't mean we should avoid people who are going through difficult times, but it's important to be aware of how our relationships affect us and strive to surround ourselves with people who uplift us. What do you think? Are you ready to surround yourself with positive people? Before continuing, think of someone in your life who inspires you and makes you feel good. Eighth strategy: Accept impermanence. Let's talk about a fundamental concept in Stoic philosophy: accepting impermanence. Marcus Aurelius said, "Observe how many waves of change have passed over you, and you will understand that things that constantly change should not be feared." Accepting impermanence means recognizing that everything in life is transient. Situations, feelings, and even ourselves are in constant change. This acceptance can greatly relieve our stress and anxiety, as it frees us from the illusion that things need to remain the same to be good. Imagine you are facing a challenge that causes you great stress. Accepting impermanence helps you realize that this challenge will not last forever. Everything passes, both the good and the bad. By internalizing this, you understand that you don't need to cling to things so intensely, which can bring great mental peace. Why does this work? Because when we accept that things change, we become more flexible and resilient. Instead of fighting change, we accept and adapt to it, which reduces the number of unnecessary thoughts and worries since we are not trying to control the uncontrollable. Are you ready to accept impermanence in your life? Before continuing, reflect on an aspect of your life where accepting impermanence could bring you more peace. Ninth strategy: dedicate time to your hobbies. Now let's talk about something we often forget in the hustle and bustle of daily life: dedicating time to our hobbies. Epictetus reminds us that leisure without books is death and the tomb of the living man. Our hobbies are activities we are passionate about and bring us joy. When we dedicate time to them, we disconnect from daily worries and focus on something that makes us happy. This not only offers mental rest, but can also be a source of inspiration and creativity. Imagine you enjoy painting. Dedicating an hour a day to painting can be a wonderful way to relax your mind and express your emotions. It's not about being the best at what you do, but about enjoying the activity and allowing yourself that time for yourself. Why does this work? Because by enjoying our hobbies, we are nurturing our soul. This reduces stress and helps us maintain a healthy balance in life. Additionally, hobbies can be an excellent way to practice mindfulness, as we become fully engaged in the activity. So, what do you think? Ready to dedicate more time to your hobbies? Before continuing, think of a hobby you enjoy and how you could integrate it more into your routine. 10th strategy: learn to say no. Now let's talk about something many of us find difficult to do: learning to say no. Seneca said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, it is because we do not dare that they are difficult." Saying no can be one of the most powerful skills we can develop to protect our mental peace. Often, we feel obliged to say yes to all demands, whether at work or in personal life, which can lead to feelings of overwhelm and resentment. Imagine someone at work asks you to take on an extra project, but you are already at the limit of your capacity. Saying yes will only increase your stress. Instead, learning to say no respectfully and firmly protects your time and energy. Why does this work? Because by learning to say no, we set clear boundaries and focus on what really matters, avoiding burnout. Saying no is not a selfish act but a way to take care of ourselves so that we can be more effective and happy. Are you ready to start saying no when necessary? Before continuing, think of a recent situation where you could have said no and how that would have reduced your stress level. 11th strategy: cultivate patience. Let's talk about something essential to maintaining calm and serenity: cultivating patience. Marcus Aurelius said, "The art of living resembles more a fight than a dance, for life must be lived fighting and on guard against sudden blows." Patience is the ability to accept or tolerate delay, problems, or suffering without getting angry or anxious. In a world that values speed and immediate results, we tend to want everything done yesterday, which generates frustration and stress. Cultivating patience allows us to better handle difficult situations and reduce the number of oppressive thoughts. Imagine you are in a long line, waiting for your turn. Instead of feeling impatient and stressed, you decide to take a deep breath and accept that this is a moment to practice patience. Perhaps you use this time to reflect, observe your surroundings, or simply relax. Why does this work? Because patience allows us to accept things as they are, without trying to force them to be different, which reduces mental resistance and anxiety. When we are patient, we give ourselves space to respond instead of reacting, which helps us make wiser decisions and stay calm. What do you think? Are you ready to practice more patience? Before moving on to the next strategy, reflect on a recent situation where you could have been more patient and how that would have changed your experience. 12th strategy: find time for nature. Let's talk about something that has an incredible power to calm the mind: spending time in nature. Seneca reminded us that happiness is the peace of the soul. Being outdoors, surrounded by nature, can have a profoundly relaxing effect. Nature offers us an escape from the noise and rush of everyday life, connecting us with something greater than ourselves and reminding us of the beauty and simplicity of life. Imagine taking a walk in the park or a hike in the forest, feeling the fresh air, hearing the birds singing, and seeing the greenery around you. This simple act can help clear your mind, reduce stress, and make you feel more connected and calm. Why does this work? Because nature has a restorative effect on our brains, helping us relax and recharge our energies. Additionally, being in contact with nature allows us to practice mindfulness naturally, focusing on our senses and the present moment. What do you think? Ready to find more time for nature in your life? Before continuing, think about how you can integrate more outdoor moments into your daily routine. 13th strategy: take regular digital detoxes. Let's talk about something that can be transformative: taking regular digital detoxes. Buddha said, "Peace comes from within, do not seek it without." In our digital age, we are constantly connected to our devices, which can result in information overload and a perpetually busy mind. Disconnecting digitally means setting aside time to unplug, spending a day without your phone, without checking emails or social media. At first, it may feel strange, but soon you will notice a sense of freedom and tranquility. You will have more time to be present, enjoy activities without interruptions, and reconnect with yourself. Why does this work? Because by disconnecting digitally, we give our minds a break from the constant bombardment of stimuli. This reduces stress and anxiety, allowing us to be more focused and present. Additionally, it helps us develop a healthier relationship with technology, using it consciously rather than reactively. Ready to try a regular digital detox? Before continuing, think about how you can integrate periods of digital detox into your routine. 14th strategy: practice forgiveness. Now let's talk about something that can free up a lot of mental and emotional space: practicing forgiveness. Epictetus taught us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Forgiveness is not about justifying or accepting others' negative behavior, but about freeing our minds from resentment and bitterness. When we hold grudges, we keep a wound alive that only causes us pain. Practicing forgiveness allows us to heal and move on. Imagine someone has deeply hurt you. Practicing forgiveness does not mean that what this person did was right, but that you decide not to let this wound control your life. By forgiving, you release this burden and allow your mind to focus on the present and the positive. Why does this work? Because resentment and anger consume a lot of mental energy. By practicing forgiveness, we release this energy and reduce negative thoughts. This not only improves our mental health, but also allows us to live a fuller and happier life. What do you think? Ready to practice forgiveness? Before continuing, think of a situation where you could benefit from forgiving someone and how that could transform your life. 15th strategy: keep a personal journal. Let's talk about a practice that can be very useful for organizing your thoughts and emotions: keeping a personal journal. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, showed us how the act of writing can be a powerful tool for introspection and mental clarity. Writing in a journal allows you to express your thoughts and feelings freely. It is a way to vent and better understand your emotions. By putting your thoughts on paper, you can see things more clearly and find solutions to your problems. Imagine you feel overwhelmed by a situation in your life. By writing about it in your journal, you can explore your feelings and reflect on possible approaches and solutions. This not only helps process your emotions, but also reduces the mental load by taking the thoughts out of your head and putting them on paper. Why does this work? Writing helps us organize our thoughts and see situations from a new perspective. It is a form of self-therapy that can reduce anxiety and stress, as well as promote self-understanding and personal growth. What do you think? Ready to start keeping a journal? Before we continue with the next strategy, reflect on how to integrate the habit of writing into your daily routine and how it can transform your life. 16th strategy: practice daily gratitude. Let's talk about a simple but very powerful practice that can transform your outlook on life: daily gratitude. Seneca said, "Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart." Practicing gratitude means recognizing and valuing the good things in your life, whether they are big or small. This recognition brings a sense of well-being and satisfaction, helping to reduce stress and anxiety. Imagine starting or ending your day by writing down 3 things you are grateful for. It can be anything, from your health, a pleasant meeting with a friend, to the simple fact of having a comfortable place to sleep. This simple act can change your mindset, helping you focus on the positive instead of the difficulties. Why does this work? Because gratitude teaches us to direct our attention to the good in our lives. This strengthens our emotional resilience, improves our mood, and promotes an overall sense of happiness and well-being. Additionally, practicing gratitude regularly helps us develop a more positive and optimistic attitude towards life. What do you think? Ready to start practicing daily gratitude? This simple habit can promote inner peace and a more joyful perspective. 17th strategy: engage in acts of kindness. Let's explore a practice that can enrich both your life and the lives of others: performing acts of kindness. Seneca said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." Practicing acts of kindness, whether big or small, can have a profound impact on your mind and spirit. These gestures not only benefit others, but also bring feelings of joy and satisfaction to those who perform them. Imagine helping a colleague with a difficult task or taking the time to listen to a friend who needs to vent. These actions, as simple as they may seem, can provide a sense of purpose and connection. Why does this work? Because kindness generates a positive response in both the receiver and the giver. Performing acts of kindness releases endorphins, the same chemicals released during physical exercise, promoting a sense of well-being and reducing stress. Additionally, these gestures can strengthen relationships and create a more positive environment around you. What do you think? Ready to incorporate more acts of kindness into your daily life? This simple habit can make a big difference, promoting a more positive mindset and a more harmonious environment. 18th strategy: cultivate an intellectual hobby. Let's talk about how to stimulate your mind and expand your knowledge. Cultivating an intellectual hobby. Seneca said, "As long as we live, let us learn how to live." Having an intellectual hobby, such as reading books, solving puzzles, learning a new language, or playing a musical instrument, can be an effective way to relieve daily stress while keeping your mind active and engaged. Imagine dedicating daily time to reading a book you enjoy or learning something new and interesting. These moments can be relaxing and enriching, providing new perspectives and knowledge. Why does this work? Because intellectual hobbies stimulate the brain, promoting neuroplasticity and helping to keep the mind sharp. Additionally, these hobbies function as a form of mindfulness practice, as they require focus and concentration, steering the mind away from worries and distractions. What do you think? Ready to cultivate an intellectual hobby? This habit can bring numerous benefits, from increasing knowledge to promoting a calmer and more focused mind. 19th strategy: practice mindful breathing. Let's discuss a simple yet extremely powerful technique that can help calm the mind and reduce stress: mindful breathing. The practice of mindful breathing, as Epictetus said, reminds us that it is impossible to learn what we think we already know. This technique involves focusing all your attention on your breath, becoming aware of each inhalation and exhalation. It can be practiced anywhere and anytime, helping to bring your mind to the present moment. Imagine yourself sitting in a quiet place. Close your eyes and focus on your breath, feeling the air entering and leaving your lungs. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your focus back to your breath. Why does this work? Because mindful breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes calm and relaxation. Additionally, this practice helps reduce anxiety and increase mental clarity, allowing you to better face daily challenges. What do you think? Ready to incorporate mindful breathing into your routine? This simple technique can make a big difference, promoting a calmer and more focused mind, as well as improving your overall well-being. Next strategy: celebrate your achievements. To conclude, let's talk about the importance of recognizing and celebrating your accomplishments. Seneca reminded us that sometimes living is an act of courage. Life is full of challenges and obstacles, and it is essential to recognize and value each victory, whether big or small. Celebrating your achievements reinforces a positive mindset and increases motivation to keep moving forward. Take a moment to reflect on your recent achievements, whether personal or professional. Allow yourself to feel pride and joy for these moments, even if they are simple, like completing a difficult task, learning a new skill, or maintaining a healthy routine. Why is this important? Because recognizing and celebrating your achievements strengthens your self-esteem and promotes gratitude and contentment. This not only improves your mental health, but also motivates you to pursue new goals and challenges with confidence. Remember, celebrating your achievements is not a selfish act, but rather the recognition of your effort and growth. With each step you take, Take a moment to appreciate how far you've come and celebrate your victories. You deserve it. I hope this message has been helpful. Congratulations on making it this far and completing the video, which shows your desire to become a better person. If you liked the video, leave a comment. If you don't know what to comment, write gratitude, so I'll know you watched until the end. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now and join us. Stoicism is full of teachings applicable to daily life, so keep learning about this philosophy. Here are 2 videos full of Stoic wisdom for you to continue your learning. See you next time.